So, Dan, your last name is Kippinger? Kippinger. And you're married.
Yeah.
Married. How long have you been married?
5 years.
5 years. Great. And your wife's not here with us now, but so being an artist, does she have to give you a lot of space to do art? Yeah, pretty much. Most artists need space. Yeah. And do you paint in your house?
No.
No, in your studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I watched a documentary about you, Dan Kippinger, right? Dan Kippinger. Your advocacy for art is really, really cool. Art and special needs as well. But when I was thinking about you, I was thinking that most people might think of it as therapy, that you do it for therapy. But I realized that art for you is probably more about your individual personality and less about you using it to deal with your life. Like a therapy. What do you think? Same thing.
Yeah.
And ultimately it comes down to most artists are using art to deal with life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're the same.
It's how he expresses himself.
Yeah. Do you ever find, like another artist, like do you ever find that you can't? You have a block?
I
No.
no,
No.
never make mistake. Mistake?
Myself.
When
You never make yourself paint. Yeah. So it's when it comes to you. Yeah. I understand as a writer, I feel like, I don't make myself. Although sometimes people say you should try and then, but you don't. No. So do you paint every day?
no.
No.
When with this baby
What's that?
when
I paint
You paint
3
3
the
days
baby
a week.
a week. Okay. 3 days a week. Like basically, I mean, just are you scheduled like that, or no?
no.
Yeah, okay. So I'm trying to think of the questions that I had on the way over, to talk to you, because it's really, I'm really honored. Thank you for talking with me. Seriously, because you're obviously a world, traveler and a painter, which what an accomplishment, right? It's amazing. But what I was thinking was, this project is really about how as a person with communication difficulties, what happens when you have like an illness or an injury or something that you have to deal with, like healthcare? Like, do you ever feel like you ever feel like doctors don't actually? It's even harder for you to deal with doctors and nurses or people.
Oh, it's hard. I mean, I can answer that one.
Okay.
People think he's retarded he hates that word, but
Yeah, that's not a good word.
I know we talked about that, but that's, like, because he doesn't seem to have control over his body, people think he doesn't seem to have control over his brain, and it's so not true.
When
But when? Man, I'm out of practice. What? My doc?
Doctor?
yeah.
Is nice? No, that totally wasn't it.
Imagines? Oh man. Is it he's not
I,
embarrassed?
thou, A-E, A-E-E, M, A,
E-M-I?
no, it's,
Oh my goodness.
oh, innate. This is the worst game of Hangman I've ever played.
Okay, so E-N-I. I-E-M. I'm not good at this either. Jan, I'm not good at this game. Okay, let's try again.
E. M.
M.
A.
I. O. L. I have E-M-A-I. L. L. A. I-A. E-M-A. L. Emails. With you. God, that was hard to get out, wasn't it? But still, the emails with you. And that makes a lot more, so that makes it easier. Yeah, well, and you can type or with your head device.
Head stick.
And you're really good at that.
He types faster than I do.
So, okay, and this may not be the case.
I have to tell you, you have 10% battery left.
Okay, it'll hold for a while.
Okay.
But I just want to see if this is if there is anything that you can say that will help me understand what it would be like for you if you had to deal with something like if you ever had a recent injury or recent illness. Like, what was it like for you?
If
A fever?
If I
have
have
Pill? No.
to
no
go
Check up. Yeah.
my
your
I
wife
I
I'm not getting it.
if you have to go for a checkup. Are you talking about Dina? We'll take you.
Yeah.
That's his wife.
Yeah. So it works okay. It's okay for you. Yeah. So, but not. But like emotionally, do you ever? Is it harder for you? Do you think? No. I don't know if I'm getting my question right. So most of the time, though, you go for checkups still regularly. Okay. So, but if there anything, has there ever been any other like big thing that you've ever had to deal with, like have you ever had like surgery or okay? Anything happened recently or anything like that? No. You're doing well. He's doing well.
You had a tooth pulled.
Yeah. You had a tooth. Well, I guess that counts. But how do you get still enough for them to pull it out?
They knocked him out, didn't they? Yeah.
What's that? Yeah,
They knocked him out and.
Yeah. Yeah. The dentist sucks. Yeah. But that's not really that big of a deal. No, not really. I got a root canal for the first time ever in my life, and I'm 36, so that sucked for me. I was like, I can't stand this. Yeah. What's that?
I didn't mean for you to take it off. I thought you're gonna pull it
I'm
down.
gonna take your shirt off. So
Now you're being theatrical.
He's like, I'll show you my scars. It's too warm in here.
Aw, here comes the doggy.
That's neat.
It's more than just neat. His brother did that. His brother was a tattoo artist.
So you recently lost your brother, didn't you?
yeah
Yeah. I mean, grief. I mean, how have you been handling it?
I don't know.
Yeah. Was he your younger brother or your older brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, your only brother?
No.
What's that?
I had
Four? Four. Four brothers and sisters. You got it. Like I have a lot of brothers and sisters too. Yeah. But you recently lost them though. Yeah. And you've been dealing with your art. You've been dealing with it with art. Yeah. Are any of these pieces here something you've painted since then? No. Is it on your studio? Yeah. Well, I was wondering about that. I was wondering if you have had times where you just needed your art more than anything, and like whether that's been something you've been doing lately, like just trying to process that, because a year doesn't go by. I mean, a year goes by like that when you've lost somebody, right? You're just like it's still fresh, right? Yeah, I'm sorry to ask. I mean, it must be too soon or too personal. No. And he's got children, doesn't he? 6? Oh my goodness.
His brother, not Dan.
No, I know.
I was like, Dan doesn't have any kids. Where'd you get that idea
It'd be a
from?
lot harder with kids, that's for sure. Everything's harder with kids. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, those are basically my questions. I mean, I was basically going to see, like, how did you react how is it for your friends and your family when you were suffering, and when you're, like, how does Dina deal with it?
She is.
She's. By herself? No. Spence? No. Shoot, I didn't. Did you notice this?
Huh? She doesn't. I don't know the word, but I can answer. There isn't. What?
He wants it.
I know. I want to answer it in my words, because I know what the answer is. She does with